आजकल जो चल रहा है, यू मेंशन 1984, तो 1984 जो था वो ट्रिगर कहाँ से हुआ था?
1984 was a pretty dark year in our history. All kinds of things have happened in 1984. Siachen started in 1984. Mrs. Gandhi's assassination, followed by the horrible riots, which I don't think we'll be able to live down. It is as bad as the partition riots. And 84 then finally culminated, I'm talking from my perspective, with the Bhopal gas tragedy in December, which again was quite horrific, the way things happened. I'm not talking about the conventional stuff, but even how Anderson was allowed to go in and escape, etc. It was all, the government did not look good. And it was a very traumatic period in the country's history because, for two reasons. One, he was a totalitarian kind of a leader who had been in the saddle for quite some time. And as Rajiv Gandhi himself said, when a large tree falls, the earth shakes. अब वो earth shaking में उन्होंने क्या horrendous चीजें कर दी. I don't think the Congress can ever live down the 84 riots.
ये जो कहते हैं कि 1984 जो है वो कांग्रेस ने प्लान करके किया था, इज इट करेक्ट?
तो जो हमने देखा था, I was on the streets. These guys they were certainly at the forefront. I don't know what evidences and all were subsequently gathered. I had got the list from AP. My book Hindustani starts with that, where the killings in Trilokpuri the next day were clearly defined. And I took that paper, I actually stole it. And I went to the Rashtrapati Bhavan. I tried to talk to the president. There was no security, there was no police, there was no army. I just parked my scooter, went up. Everybody knew me. I used to play squash there with the ADCs. And one of the ADCs was a naval officer, Jemi Jamwal, whose father was the area commander, who had been the GOC of 15 Division during Operation Blue Star. And now he was here. So I went there because I couldn't think of anything else to do. And the president was standing right there. I went past the JCO. वहाँ पे उनके प्रेसिडेंट्स क्वार्टर्स के इस तरफ चार जेसीओ एडीसीज होते हैं और 4 ऑफिसर्स. None of the officers were to be seen. One ADC JCO was there. I saw Gyani ji, so I tried to talk to him. I said, "Sir, बाहर आग लगी हुई है, ये हो रहा है." But he was sedated. In fact, he wasn't listening to me. I held my hand like this and he was just blankly looking at me. And the JCO came and put his hand on my shoulder and said, "साहब को दवाई दी हुई है, आप इनको छोड़ दो." So I moved away from there and I went to Jamwal's room and I just lay down and I must have dozed off because he woke me up. And he said, "What are you doing here?" So I showed him the list. वो मेरे साफ लिखा हुआ था. It was a Trilokpuri voters list. There were 4 or 5 names in 30 pages which said, "Do not kill." So the implication was kill everybody else. So I asked him, I said, "What do we do?" So he said, "You go to my dad." So I got onto my scooter again and took off. And by now it was pitch dark. And his sister was standing outside in Mandir Marg. And she jumped onto my scooter. We went to General Jamwal. He came out of the conference. He was in a conference. So he told the ADC.
And where, this was in the Kant area?
Yeah, Delhi area. Mandir Marg, Pratap Chowk. So he said, "Ha beta." We were all in the beta relationship. So sabhi ke saath thi. And uncle. And so I said, "Sir, what is going to happen?" So he said, "Okay, you've told me. I don't have any troops." So I told him, I said, "Sir, I've seen some trucks burning on Ring Road." Before I'd picked up the papers, I'd photographed that. And I said, "Sir, one whole brigade has come. I know they are Mahar troops, they are Gurkhas." So he said, "No, they've come for some other purpose." I said, "Sir, आग लगी हुई है, other purpose क्या हो सकता है?" And मैंने उनको यहाँ तक बोला कि मैंने कहा कि "सर, आप जितने भी ऑर्डरलीज हैं ना यहाँ पे, सबको आप यूनिफॉर्म में डाल दो, मच्छरदानी के डंडे दे दो, अगर हथियार नहीं है कोई बात नहीं, वहाँ जाके खड़े हो जाएंगे, इनकी हिम्मत नहीं होगी। ये ट्रक्स में भर के आ रहे हैं, ये डीजल और पेट्रोल और ये टायर लेके आ रहे हैं, इन्होंने कल बिल्कुल गदर कर देनी है." They had already done that. We had seen a bit of it already on Ring Road. Trucks and all were beginning to burn. So he said, "No, you've told me, okay, fine, And he didn't do anything about it. That was it.